Hey guys, it's Jessica, and it is time for my 9-month check. I originally did a video with 6 months of consistent uploads here. One of the many things that I have tried to balance in these 3 months is the balance between having an impulsive response reaction kind of video and having a more scripted, structured video. So the last 6 months I had written a script and then I just kind of spoken it from memory. This one I have some categories I want to hit, so I've got it down here and I'm just going to be checking things off as I go. So first category I want to talk about is equipment. 6 months ago I was using my Nikon camera to film in 10-minute chunks and also using this audio here. So now I've upgraded to an iPhone 11 mini, and in the past week or two I've figured out how to film in 4K. That's been a huge upgrade to my overall film quality. I am still using the same microphone. I feel like I'm getting slightly better results. I'm learning how to get the microphone centered and placed, where to be close or far away. The other thing I was just beginning to fiddle with in my 6-month check-in was changing my voice to like pitch up or pitch down, and I really think I've been getting the hang of that and adding that element to my videos going forward. I've also added a lot more title screens here and there using different styles, and I think that I've learned how to use transitions and different color editing masks to help make a little more visual variety. 6 months ago I was using iMovie, and as of a couple weeks ago I've actually upgraded to Final Cut Pro. Well, I'm still in transition period, so you're going to see some videos that have been edited in Final Cut Pro and some videos that are edited in iMovie, but the ones that are in iMovie have given me so many more options for how to play with title screens, how to put more pictures in, how to do more transitions and color changes on the background or lighting. It's been really amazing. Also a little bit overwhelming. Final Cut Pro is much better than iMovie. So if you're using iMovie, I would definitely tell you it gets the job done, and it's a good, pretty powerful software for what it is. Where I was with it, it was starting to lag a little bit when it comes to actually cutting and editing. I have to like exit out of iMovie and come back in. Well, now I have moved from my laptop over to like iMac mini, and that holds a lot more. Also, it just makes it so much easier to handle the 4K. When I first started filming in 4K, I thought I might actually have to stop because it was just too much for the computer to handle. The other thing I'll say about Final Cut Pro is when I was working in iMovie and I was syncing my audio and video, I had to keep watching it and slowly pulling the audio back because it would unsync as cuts happen. But in Final Cut Pro, this doesn't happen anymore, so that takes a lot of editing time away. It actually makes it much easier. There's also a lot of hotkeys and stuff like that that are making editing easier and quicker over in Final Cut Pro than it was in iMovie. I'm adjusting to it. I'm learning a lot right now in these weeks about how Final Cut Pro works and what I do or don't want to do stylistically going forward. And you're probably going to see some interesting style changes. I bet some of the videos have come out. Looks like I just learned how to use a PowerPoint presentation. That's all for me part of the learning process, is trying different things, seeing what I like long term and what I don't like, and just confirming by repetition that I can do these things is going to be important to me going forward. So here I am in a different outfit on a different day. Partially through this recording, my iPhone's memory bank filled up. Turns out all of the videos I thought I was deleting were getting saved, and I had to delete them from another folder as well. I tried to put some B-roll over the audio, and it really didn't work out. I am not ready to deal with that many different elements. It just is very time-consuming. I'm not sure what would be good B-roll. New outfit, different day, trying to pick up where I left off. Within my 6 months of continuous upload, I said I wanted to play around with GarageBand, and I also said that I wanted to start using Canva for thumbnails. I have been working with GarageBand pretty regularly since then. It hasn't always been once every week, but it's been pretty close, and I feel like I'm hitting that goal or coming close to it. Recently with GarageBand, I learned how to turn automation on, which means I can fade individual tracks in and out, and that's really helped a lot as far as making sound that's more cohesive and that sort of flows from one thing into another. Also in Final Cut Pro, there is a bunch of different kinds of like ambient sounds and noises, so there's more for me to play with and try and find to add into my video. And I'm really excited to sort of dive into those options and mix a couple new things between GarageBand and Final Cut Pro. Also, I committed to doing thumbnails on Canva, which is something that I've been dragging on. I started by using the free TubeBuddy ability to make thumbnails with their little thing online. And you might have noticed that some of my thumbnails have emojis and words where they didn't in the first 6 months. This is all thanks to TubeBuddy. But recently, I've started producing Canva thumbnails. And that's actually been a lot of fun, and it's been really exciting because the overall quality and appeal for the thumbnail, I feel like, has really gone up. Just to get a couple of weeks under my belt so I'll know if it affects traffic positively or negatively or not at all. I do think Final Cut Pro helped me get to the point where I could use Canva because it makes it very easy to freeze frame, grab that individual frame, and just upload that. And then I can use that still image in Canva to make the thumbnail. I'm pretty sure you could do the same thing in iMovie. What's changed on the channel? I used to have a specific day and time that I uploaded things. I thought that kind of consistency would really help build audience and maybe set me up to premiere things at a specific time, get people used to seeing me then and invite them into premiering. But honestly, I'm a really far length of time away from ever being able to do anything just because I don't quite have the views or the audience for it. And on top of that, the way the YouTube algorithm works, I think as long as I update sometime during movie, people will get that information. And until I build more of a following and have more of an understanding of what makes a good video and what interests you guys and what I like to do, it doesn't matter so much. And that rigidity of sticking to a specific day of the week and a specific time was actually making it very hard for me to get through videos. Uploading it up to YouTube takes a very long time, and I just need to give everything its breathing space. Also, I've had a couple of things that have really popped off on the channel. I have my one workshop bit, The Rejected Mate, that's done really well. But recently, my very first reaction episode to solos has gotten a lot of attention, and my reading vlog for the Plated Prisoner series, Gleam by Raven Kennedy. Good to see some success, even if it's not often enough for me to figure out exactly why, what you guys liked or didn't like about it, and what I can do moving forward with it. It's interesting because it's across a couple different genres and styles of video, which sort of lets me know that I can keep playing around and being creative and doing different styles of video. Content-wise, I haven't been able to produce another workshop bit since my 6-month update. It just has been too much going on, and workshop bit takes so much time. I had a couple ideas, like I thought I was going to do a workshop bit on the Nevers, and I realized as I was sort of cobbling it together that number one, I've done most of my interesting workshop bit ideas within the individual vlogs, but number two, I don't think there's enough story right now in 6 episodes for me to make a workshop bit. I think there's a lot of pieces that don't go anywhere, so my natural inclination is to pull those pieces off the board and tell a more dynamic story with what we have going on. But we're 6 episodes into one season, so all those pieces could still tie in and matter. So I just don't think doing a Never workshop it right now makes sense. I also came really close to making the Suicide Squad a workshop it, but the thing there was that it was different enough from other superhero movies. I would have liked it to be more of its own thing than it actually ended up being. I thought it was better just to give some thoughts and reflections on the movie versus changing it all around. One thing I have learned is that reviews or reactions to movies and TV shows are going to attract more attention than book reviews. And that's okay. I think as long as I keep it in the fantasy science fiction genre, that gives like a little bit of cross-pollination and interest going on. I prefer to do things about books. I think there's more to look at. It's easier for me to go back and find different quotes or passages or to review certain specific elements than it is for me with a movie or TV show. But on the flip side, I understand that consumption-wise, for most people, it's easier to watch a movie or a TV show than it is to read a book. The books that I choose are going to be more independent, lesser-known works from Kindle Unlimited, and because of that, they're not going to have the mass appeal that something that was released to a mainstream movie theater or a major channel network does. The other thing I learned is that reading blogs and/or the book Gleam by Raven Kennedy specifically seems to be really popular, and I'm going to explore some more reading vlog-like things. By the time this comes out, there'll be a second reading vlog on the channel, and I'm looking for a book to do a third one. I'm also trying a TBR format out for the first time. It will have been up for a couple of weeks by the time this goes out, but I don't have any information on it right now to report. before. I've been against doing TBRs because I just think it's like a fluffy filler video. But where one of my goals is to bring attention to different independent authors and different things that are available on Kindle Unlimited, where I do go through so many different summaries and books, and a lot of them are really interesting, probably very good books I turn out not to be in the mood for, or I change my mind about before I get a chance to read. I'm only one person. I only have so much time. I do want to talk about numbers for a little bit. I know this can be a touchy subject for some viewers because they feel that it's reducing them down to a number, to which I would say, leave a comment for me and I will get back to you. You will no longer be a number once we start having conversation. But until that point, numbers are like a very valuable tool for me because they provide data and feedback in a way that I'm not getting through one-on-one conversation or survey with you guys, unless you decide to talk to me in the comments. It's always better to have a more personal touch, but it's not always possible. My views are still increasing, so that's good. They went from rapidly increasing to like a more slow increase, and I think that's from a couple of factors. First thing, I had this channel for a long time where I wasn't uploading, so once I started uploading regularly, I got a huge increase in views right away. My understanding is that summer is a bit of a slower time for views on YouTube, so continuing to increase your views during that time is usually good news for you and your channel. My overall content has continued to change over these past 3 months. It's become way shorter. I usually have anywhere from 7-minute to a 36-minute video now, but like my average is around 10 to 15. My subscribers have doubled. I was at 15, 16 3 months ago, and now I'm up to 32. Hello to all you new viewers, and thanks for everyone who's stuck with me. It's been really exciting to get a lot more comments and feedback on my videos now than I was before, to start to engage with some of you guys, learn what you think or feel about certain things. So some goals for the next 3 months. I want to continue to stay organized. This past summer, I let things waffle a little bit and fall apart, and I was kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I need to stay focused. I need to keep a little bit of a list about where I am with each video and what should move forward when. So I have a slightly new organization system that I'm trying out. The next thing I want to do is I do want to find at least one work to do a workshop on. I really love those in-depth story beats, detail analysis style videos. I want to get back into them. I'm not sure which book or TV show it'll be just yet, but I'm really looking for one. And if you guys have something specific you think would make a good workshop bit, something I've either reviewed or something you've read and would like me to look over, please leave me a comment down below. I could use a little bit more advice or direction in this. I want to do a reading vlog at least 2 more times to see if I can fine-tune exactly what that format's about and whether it's a good format for my channel or not. And most of all, I want to continue to learn editing tips and tricks, different things I can do with my audio, and just different ways to improve my video quality overall. I do think the thing that's holding me back the most right now is my overall video quality and presentation. I came with 0 experience to that, and I'm working my way through it. And of course, the last thing I want to do is continue to have fun and be creative and just stay open to flow and change and see what comes up and where we're moving in a natural direction. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you for hanging out with me for this past 9 months or 3 months or however long you've been here. Your support and your comments have meant a lot to me, and I've really enjoyed the increase in interaction and discussion that we've brought about. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!